Oh man, this is a new product, just came out. You know, we're around ICAST right now, and it's the Imakatsu Kujala. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's a Japanese brand. You know how I love my Japanese brands. It's just a weird, just a really weird bait. And I thought it is dead slick calm, you know, middle of summer, just peak difficulty trying to get bit. And I thought, man, what better way than to throw something real finessey and weird around. And you can see it's, I basically cut a section off. It comes in a bigger, there's basically two of these sections with like a little dice in the middle. And I kind of broke it up because it's a 1 ounce bait. And I wanted to throw it on lighter gear. So I cut it in half. And I just, you can see, I just put it on a 1/8 ounce wacky rig hook. And I did that so it'll sink. It's the elastomer plastic. You can see the stretchiness. So it'll, if it doesn't get flung off, it should last for multiple bites because they are not cheap. But I wanted to sink it down. You know, I want to sink it down on these grass edges and stuff. You know, dead slick calm, bluebird sky. You know, it's probably going to be a tough bite. So I want to get this down deeper to the fish. And just kind of probe some of these grass edges that are out here in this lake. And there's I mean, probably a ton of different ways you can rig it. I have the other half. I might rig it, you know, you could do like a split shot rig with an EWG hook if I really want to sink it down to bottom, but have that weight still be floating up above, you know, because it is a floaty plastic. So we're gonna throw this around. Just gonna see what happens, man. I'm excited to try it. We're gonna start with this deal and maybe kind of manipulate. You know, it could be a cool Neko rig bait. There's so much grass in this lake. I mean, initially I thought, oh, I will Neko rig the entirety of it, the big chunk as it comes out of the bag. But I can't really do that in this lake. There's just way too much hydrilla and eelgrass everywhere. I would get totally jammed up in it, and I'm sure I'm gonna have, you know, get caught a bunch in it having an exposed hook like this, but I think I can kind of get in these little deeper sections and probe around and still manage this. Come on, get it, get it. There we go, finally. There we go. God, dude. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, guy. It took a while to catch a fish on this bait. We were not even getting bit. We got some more overcloud, you know, some overcast conditions, and it's the wind picked up a little. So it's not as hot as it has been. Just, you know, these are kind of your windows of opportunity when it down here in Florida in the summertime to get bit. Look at this freaking guy. There he is. He down there. Hopefully he still has my bait in his face. Oh, he threw it off. Of course he did. We lost half of it. We lost half of it. Here we go. Man, skinny guy, dude. What's up with that? There's our first one on the, let me grab it back up. I can't even remember. There it is. The Kujala. And again, I cut it in half basically, or I didn't cut it fully in half. There's a little dice in the middle of two sections. I cut off one section. And we just had it, you know, with a weighted 1/8 ounce kind of wacky rig hook, and I kind of nose hooked it. I played around with a lot of different riggings with this wacky hook, trying to get it to, you know, I don't know, just makes sense. I'm not a big fan of elastomer plastic. It's a real pain in the ass, but I get it because it's an expensive bait and they want it to last for you. But finally settled on nose hooking it. And there we go, we got one. Hell yeah, dude. First fish on the Kujala. We managed to swing it off. It's all right. These things happen. There it goes. Oh man, look at that. My bait. I looked to the left of the kayak and my bait. There you go. That's why you gotta love elastomer plastic. It just happened to be floating right next to my kayak. We got our piece of our bait back. We're still on our first one. That's very exciting. Thought I lost it. You know, I forgot about the whole floating thing too. I could have paddled around this area and probably found it had it not been floating next to me. So like I said, okay, see, we kind of tore it right there. You can see where where I nose hooked it. I've rigged it a bunch of different ways so far. You know, I did a line through deal, and then I hooked it back here to keep it, the weight of this hook on the bottom without it sliding, but it kept wanting to turn in as soon as I pulled on this. If you had a line tie in a different spot, or you had like maybe a weighted hook with a bait keeper, like one of those hover rig hooks that has the weight back here, you could really jam it in here. You could just have it sticking out. You know, there's a lot of playing around I have to do with this bait. But what I've settled on today, because initially I just had it rigged up through the belly, kind of like that, right? So just like that. And the weight brings it down, and because the bulk of the plastic is seated like this, it had a slower, nice fall to it. And that's awesome. But this hook kept slipping, and it kept ending up back here, and then all these little tentacles end up wrapped around the hook point. So I was, you know, worried if I got a bite I was gonna miss it. So that's why we really just switched gears, and I just kind of went straight up nose hook, just like so. And now, you know, it has a quicker fall, and it falls more like this because the weight is out front of the bait now. But when you slow it down and work it, you twitch it, it settles back up. So this is kind of a better rigging if you were fishing deeper water and you wanted to get it down deeper quicker. This is definitely the way to go. But it's been working. We got to, you know, sometimes these little tentacles will still kind of wrap around, but there's enough hook exposure on the front end that I feel like it's not going to impede the hook set. So just something to think about. Again, elastomer baits, I'm not a fan. I rarely use them. It's a whole other beast, but maybe that helps someone with something. There we go. Here we go. Oh, guy, come on. Son of a bitch. Must have came off, dude. What's up with that? Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Stay down. Oh, that's a decent one. There we go. God, dude, they are so skinny, bro. Look at how skinny these fish are, man. That guy is a homely looking beast. Man, what is up with all these skinny bass, bro? I mean, I know it's summertime, but damn, that is just sheer hurting. Brutal. All right, man. No wonder it didn't put up much of a fight. It's a long one. Holy cow, dude. It is a long ass fish though. We're at 20 and a half. It's a sad one, but there's fish number 2. Still got our thing tied on, living the dream. Just shaking this little bad boy down there in the depths.